This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino.
This is Walter Jones, Pro Football Hall of Famer, top 100.
Tyler Lockett from the Seattle Seahawks.
EK Metcalf.
Hey, Burleson, you're watching NorbCam.
NorbCam.
You're watching NorbCam.
I'm NorbCam, and this video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and hit that notification bell for future videos. Now, let's get into it. What's up, everybody? This is NorbCam coming at you for another Behind Enemy Lines. A little bit of a sneak peek and inside information to find out what should we look for in this matchup, week number 2, between the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. This video is being brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. And appreciate their help sponsoring this video. We're going to talk to you how you guys can make some money, maybe, if you get a little lucky doing some sports betting, and how you can get 150% matching on your first deposit and 125% on your next 2 deposits with special promo code YouTube150. All right, but without further ado, let's find out what the Patriots are all about in 2024. And they bring in my guest, Colby Cochran of Patriots Global. Colby, what's going on, man?
What's going on, buddy? I mean, like you said, like we were talking behind the scenes before we started, you know, like it's always a good time when we play the Seattle Seahawks because it means I get to see you, get to talk to you, and it's not that often. It's like it's every 4 years. Me and you have a little bit of experience with a company we will not name because they do not deserve it here on the you know, live video. But yeah, man, anytime that I'm here talking with you, it's always a good time.
It is, and it is rare. I mean, it's one of those few teams that we only play every 4 years, and really ever since I think we've been playing each other, it's been really close games. I mean, I don't want to mention the one that everybody talks about, but that game came down to the 1 yard line. Then we went to your house, down to the 1 yard line. Then you guys came to our place, down to the 1 yard line. I mean, it's crazy how intense these games have been. It'll be interesting to see what your take is. Will we have another game at the 1 yard line? I don't know what it is about the Seahawks and the Patriots, but that's good entertainment right there. But yeah, before we start, why don't you tell everybody, for those of the audience don't know who you are, it kind of tell me a little bit more about yourself and your channel and how you got into this.
Yeah, so my name's Colby Cochran, also known as Patriots Global. Now, I originally started my channel. By the way, I'm 22 years old now. I originally started my channel my sophomore year of high school. Unfortunately, I didn't get to grow up in Boston. I did grow up a Patriots fan. That's what I watched from my dad growing up. So I naturally grew up just loving the Patriots. I went to training camp in the 7th grade. I fell in love with it, and I just wanted to talk New England Patriots. I wanted to talk the sport. But when you're around kind of the Philadelphia area, and there's Eagles fans, unfortunately, everywhere, Norb, I'm sure you can attest to it. I mean, those damn Eagles fans, am I right? You know, no one wants to talk about Patriots football. So I started my channel, and I just started talking, and I loved every second of it. I ended up finding out my junior year of high school this is something I wanted to do for the rest of my life. It started to blow up, and I'm lucky enough to be here now on YouTube with over 20,000 subscribers. I mean, working for Bleacher Report, working for Roundtable Sports. So I'm definitely blessed to be in the position that I am. And of course, if you're looking for any Patriots content, analysis, all that good stuff, I promise you, I try not to be a biased Patriots fan. I try to keep it real, analytical, stats, all that great stuff. Make sure you guys go ahead and check me out at Patriots Global.
There you go, Patriots Global. All right. Well, I don't know how you can't be a team influencer and not be biased, because that's what we do. That's why we ended up doing this, right? But yeah, we can be kind of real about it, right? So, all right, well, let's get into it here. First, I wanted to ask you a little bit about the first game that you guys played last week. I on the surface, I was thinking, they're playing at home. I'm sure the Bengals will probably take care of business against the Patriots. And to my surprise, as I was scoreboard watching, I was like, holy crap, the Patriots going to win this thing. I didn't get a chance to really break it down, so I want you to, as the expert insider for me, tell me, what was it that made you guys successful in winning that first game against the Bengals in Cincinnati?
Yeah, so I thought that the Patriots were going to win this game. I mean, I called it beforehand on TikTok, the AFC East Roundtable, my channel alone. Everybody told me I was dumb. Everybody told me I was stupid. Everybody told me that I was delusional because the Bengals are going to prove people wrong, and the Bengals are this great team. The Bengals start off slow, okay? The Bengals lost the season opener in 2023. in 2022, in 2020, and 2019. And I felt confident in a Patriots team that doesn't really have much of an identity. I mean, how do you game plan a team? How do you go up against a team that doesn't really have any identity? And I felt very confident that the league, everybody's sleeping on the New England Patriots. I understand it's just the preseason, but as somebody who follows this team closely, who was there at training camp personally, was able to see what they were doing, and even going off OTAs and mini camp, and they were able to keep that up even in not training camp, but in the preseason. They ended up finishing having the second best defense and the number one special teams unit, and that definitely carried there into week one. There was not a single point where the game was tied. There was not a single point that the Bengals were leading the Patriots or took the lead in any way, shape, or form. The Patriots were owning the Bengals all game long. In fact, going into halftime, the score was 10-0. Really, it starts by a dominant performance by the Patriots defense and a dominant performance on their special teams unit. The Patriots long snapper, Joe Cardona, able to go ahead and force a fumble on the punt return. I mean, the long snapper is out here making a play. Patriots kicker, Joey Sly, he was able to come in, be 3 for 3 on his field goals. And really, Norb, the Patriots' philosophy this upcoming season is really to win games just like they did last year, but actually be able to hit on the quarterback position, hit on the kicker position. Because last year, the Patriots lost 8 games by 1 possession, and it came down to Mac Jones or Bailey Zappi turning over the ball, or Chad Ryland, the rookie kicker, not being able to be consistent. And in this game, the Patriots just did everything right. They were able to have the game plan, and they were able to execute, something that they were not able to do under Bill Belichick last year. They were able to run the ball extremely efficient despite the offensive line having struggles. Ramondre Stevenson going for a touchdown. Ramondre Stevenson going for over 120 total yards, by the way. 119 of those 120 yards actually came yards after the contact. So despite how bad that offensive line is for the Patriots, they're still getting still getting points and still being able to move the ball there on the ground game and just forcing turnovers. I mean, there were times that defense was bending, but they didn't break. Whenever they got close to the red zone, they were able to force turnovers. So that's going to be the name of the game, just like it was last year. The Patriots are going to play stifling defense. They might bend, but they won't break. They'll hold you to field goals. They'll force turnovers, make plays on special teams. And really, you're just asking Jacoby Brissett to not be a superhero. You're asking him to give you what's kind of there. And then you're asking to just run the ball, West Coast offense. In the beginning of the game, you're going to pass the ball a little bit more. And then coming out in the second half, you're going to try to have that lead. And then you're going to try to run it out, dominate time of possession. And like I said, just don't turn over the ball.
Yeah, I didn't watch much of the game, but I was able to watch some highlights and look at the box score. And oddly enough, comparing the way the Seahawks played in their win against the Broncos at home, and then looking at how your team finished and the way they did it, very much mirrored each other. You mentioned about offensive line problems. Man, we have offensive line problems. We started off the first half of the game, big time trouble. First play sack, second play interception. Had two safeties on us in the game. You can't spot a team any more than that to basically say, look, let's just give you the game. But the big difference was the defense. This defense, where we've been, it's like second to last place the last 2 years, very different, at least from the first look at this under Mike McDonald. Really exciting for me personally to watch. But it sounds like we're kind of similar in the way that we're made up. Strong defense, really strong running back in Ken Walker, who also had a $120 plus in his first game, and then winning the turnover battle, and a quarterback just asked to do just enough to win the game. So I feel like we're kind of similar in the way that things are designed. The concern I have is going into this game is Ken Walker got hurt late in that game. He hasn't practiced all week, and now he's questionable going into Sunday, and that's a big concern for me. So don't know how much you were kind of keeping an eye on what the Seahawks have done or are doing or their status, but I gave you just a little bit of tea right there. But what's your feeling about the keys to the game here as a Patriots fan? Well, I guess before you go to give the keys to the game, what do Seahawks fans need to know about in order for us to be concerned about what makes the strength of the New England Patriots? Inform us Seahawks fans about the 2024 Patriots.
Offensively, it's Ramondre Stevenson, right? Because that is their offense. Ramondre Stevenson, if he stays healthy, that is the MVP for the Patriots for the 2024 season. Something that I said before the season even started. If you lose Ramondre Stevenson or he can't get going, you're screwed. Now, while I do like Jacoby Brissett, He's definitely an upgrade over Mac Jones. He's definitely an upgrade over Bailey Zappi too. I mean, he has the second best interception percentage all time, only behind Aaron Rodgers, and it's only a decimal. He's obviously not a superhero. I mean, he's not going to excel the offense past its limitations. He's not going to be the reason that you win games. And, really you're asking him to play a safe game. If he has one turnover, two turnovers, and the offense starts to turn over this ball, whether that's once or multiple times, the chances of us winning the game drastically go down. Like, offensively, you have to really have a top-tier performance, because we know offensively this team's not going to score a lot of points. And yes, I think they'll get going a little bit more as the season progresses. I mean, it was only week one. They're going to have growing pains. It's a completely new offensive coaching staff. It's a new offensive scheme. It's a new offensive coordinator. So many new moving parts to this team, especially on that offense. But again, if they can play turnover-free ball and Ramondre Stevenson can continuously get going, then this team is going to have success. I mean, the Bengals on that final drive of this game where they had to get the ball back, they're down by 6. They sent the house. They weren't playing anybody deep. They knew Ramondre Stevenson was going to run the ball. They sent everybody towards him, and Ramondre Stevenson goes 2 yards, 5 yards, 9 yards, another 5 yards. The fact that they were sending the house at him, and with a bad O-line, Ramondre Stevenson still able to continuously get first downs, I think says a lot about the player that he is and just how important he is for the Patriots. Now, on the defensive side of the football, that's the bread and butter. That is the identity right now of the New England Patriots. They want to essentially win games by holding opposing offenses to 10, 16 points, absolute maximum. You don't want opposing offense to put up 20 plus points, or the Patriots are absolutely screwed from winning that game, because then you're saying Jacoby Brissett, you don't have to be a superhero. You don't have to drive down the field, score a lot of points. All you have to do is put up, 16, 17 points max, and you can come out with this win. Christian Gonzalez has been a number one shutdown cornerback every time he's been able to be healthy. He's gone up against some of the best wide receivers in the league while he's been healthy. Tyreek Hill, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, last week Jamar Chase, and this week probably going to be DK Metcalf, and Jonathan Jones, a very good veteran, number 2 cornerback for them, who is the second highest graded cornerback in the National Football League from week 1. The Patriots also have a very, very good run defense. It was the second best run defense in the National Football League last year, and they are picking up exactly where they left off, and they are making opposing offenses one-dimensional. And I think that in this game specifically, what they're going to say is, we're going to try to take away Kenneth Walker, and if Kenneth Walker doesn't play, they're going to try to take away whoever the running back is, and not give Geno Smith a running game, and basically say, Gonzo, he's going to shut down DK Metcalf, and then Tyler Lockett's going to hopefully be shut down by Jonathan Jones, and then it's basically just Geno Smith. You're going to have to be a magician, pick up yards with your legs, scramble, extend plays, and basically you and Jackson Smith-Njigba are going to have to win the game.
So yeah, it sounds like a very familiar formula. Kind of not too different from what the Broncos were trying to do. They had Patrick Surtain, following DK Metcalf around, which they, for the most part, kept him contained, but that did open up other things for the running game in particular. A side question. So you mentioned a lot of quarterbacks' names, but you never mentioned your new rookie quarterback. I'm just curious, was he ever in the cards, or even your hopes that he was going to see the field? Drake May, or did you kind of assume he's just going to sit back and kind of learn the game for a while before hitting the field?
Yeah, I think Gerard Mayo knows that Patriots fans and the front office, Robert Kraft, the owner, everybody had PTSD from Mac Jones. I mean, Mac Jones, believe it or not, was a good quarterback. Year one, his rookie season in 2021, he was the 12th best quarterback statistically that season. He was in NFL's top 100, voted on by the players. He was in a Pro Bowl, and it came down to the wire for Offensive Player of the Year, or Rookie Offensive Player of the Year, between him and Jamar Chase. But unfortunately, after that rookie season, they just absolutely screwed him over. I'm someone who personally believes that when they signed Jacoby Brissett, they sat him down and said, look, we're using that third overall pick on a quarterback. We don't know exactly who it's going to be until the time comes, but we know we're taking a quarterback with that third overall pick. Here's how long you're going to sit. As long as you stay healthy, here's how long you're going to sit. And I think whether Drake May exceeded expectations, he looked worse than they thought, I think either way, that is the amount of time that they are going to play Jacoby Brissett. I think it's for going to be at least, as long as he stays healthy, I think it's going to be for at least half of the season. But realistically, as long as Jacoby Brissett can win them games and not be the reason they're losing, then there's no reason to throw Drake May out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Patriots are luckily one of those teams that they don't have expectations put on them. Everybody knows that this is a rebuild, a multi-year rebuild. They don't need to be good right now. They don't need to win football games this season. And again, it's about the next 10 years. It's not about the next 10 months. So even if we don't see him at all this season, there is a blueprint for so many great quarterbacks throughout time, even in recent history, for sitting for a period of time. Tom Brady sat, Jordan Love sat, Aaron Rodgers sat for multiple years, Patrick Mahomes sat for almost his entire first year. So I'm okay with this, even if we only win 4 or 5 games. Like, I'm okay with it because I'm more worried about the development of Drake May. He's looked really good. He's exceeded those expectations, but you want to be safe rather than sorry.
All right, big picture. Got it. But we're talking about Sunday now. So let's get into some keys here. So finish this sentence for me. The New England Patriots will win this game if...
The New England Patriots will win this game if Ramondre Stevenson can get going. I really do believe that. If Ramondre Stevenson can rush for 100+ yards, and if as long as the Seahawks can't contain him, then I feel confident the Patriots are going to come out, with this W. But if Ramondre Stevenson's getting stopped at the line, if they're taking away that run game for the Patriots and they're saying, hey, Patriots, the only way you're winning this game is if Jacoby Brissett is going to beat us through the air, then I think this team is absolutely screwed.
All right, well, you kind of answered my next question, but maybe you can answer it in a different way. So the New England Patriots will lose to the Seattle Seahawks on Sunday if...
They turn the ball over. If they turn the ball over, the New England Patriots will lose this game. If they turn the ball over one time, I still think that they can come back. If they turn the ball over more than once, I'm pretty sure they just cemented their fate.
Well, it's pretty simple. So
easy.
Running back, getting over 100, and don't turn the ball over more than one time. At least lose the turnover battle by 1. That's your pretty simple keys right there.
Norb, too, maybe you can attest to this a little bit more, but I'm looking at the injury report that came out today, and maybe you can tell me, which of these players is likely to play even though they haven't been practicing. Kenneth Walker still not practicing here on Thursday. Pharaoh Brown went from limited participant, the former Patriots tight end from last year, from limited participant now to not participating with the foot injury. George Fant, your starting right tackle, also did not participate. So, are these players who could be out of this game, or do you think they'll play?
I know 2 of those guys will not play. They haven't said so, but I'm pretty sure that they won't. Pharaoh Brown didn't play last week. He's been pretty out of the picture for a while, so I knew he wasn't playing last week, and it sounds like he's not getting any better, so he's probably out. George Fant got hurt in that game last week against the Broncos in the first quarter, and it was a knee thing, and so he's not playing. Kenneth Walker, my biggest concern, because he said after the game he was fine. Well, I don't know how fine doesn't practice all week. So they're either just keeping him really protected, or we've got problems if he can't go. So, we've got, I said before the season, I said, I really like our running back crew, because if he doesn't go, we got Zach Charbonnet, we've got Kenny McIntosh. Both these guys are really good. McIntosh looked really good in preseason, but neither of these guys can add up to what Kenneth Walker Jr. can do. So it'd be like you guys losing your Stevenson running back. Yeah. I'm sure you feel pretty good about the guys behind him, but there ain't no replacing the number 1 cowbell back. So, yeah. And then a name you didn't even mention, who's also not playing, is Uchenna Nwosu, our pass rusher. He got hurt in the last preseason game. He's out for at least 3 games. So you're lucky to not have to deal with him. But then again, I was afraid that was going to be a big blow going against the Broncos, and the defense played. I forgot about them because they were playing lights out in a way. I not trying to get my expectations too high on this, but I haven't been this excited watching our defense since like the Legion of Boom days of like the early 2010s. That is how different this team looks. I know it's one game, and I know it was against a rookie quarterback. Still, it's the last few years that's been like, oh, God, we got to go back on defense again. Now it's back to like, oh, all right, we get to play some defense. And that's how fun it has been watching just this first game with this new defense under Mike Macdonald. So the transformation has been huge because it has been horrible to watch the defense the last 2 years. So, as I said last year, if we'd been just a mediocre defense, we'd been in the playoffs. But we were absolute crap show defense the last two. So what I'm seeing now is a refreshing change of pace. So there you go. A lot of question marks, but overall the defense to me is pretty strong, and I feel like they can make up for a lot of the shortcomings that we might have on the other side. So give me a score prediction for the game.
Score prediction. Look, I don't think that this is going to be a high offensive game. I believe in the Patriots defense, but I also believe in the Seahawks defense. Like, you got some absolute dogs. Like I said, I'm hoping that they don't turn over the ball offensively, but y'all were able to force multiple turnovers last week. Now, this, of course, is a bit of a different monster, right? And I say monster very lightly when I talk about the Patriots offense, but, it's not Bo Nix. It's not Bo Nix, who's a rookie quarterback in his first regular season game going up against a real defense for 4 quarters, right? This is an offense built with some rookie players, but mostly veterans, especially at offensive coordinator and especially at the quarterback position, which is where it matters most. At the end of the day, I've gone back and forth with myself because this game really could go either way, Norb, and it's going to be a close one. But I'm going to say, as long as the Patriots can shut down Kenneth Walker and the run game, I think that the Patriots are going to come out with this win, right? Originally, before the season started, I did say that the Patriots were going to lose this game. But, I mean, week one, and really as of late, Norb, I have seen a different New England Patriots team. And real quick, I'll just say that the vibes in the locker room, the motivation, the way that this team is playing for each other, and they're playing for Gerard Mayo specifically. This is something I haven't seen in years and years and years. Noting back to like 2017, 2018, really, the vibes in the locker room have not been good. And every single year since, it got worse and worse and worse. And I'm somebody who personally believes in the philosophy that football is a lot more mental than people give it credit for. Everybody thinks about having the best roster to win games and having the best guys on the field. But I think if you can get your players to buy in and have that mindset in the way that they need to, I believe that can also win you games. And last week after the win, the Patriots players coming and dumping the Gatorade on Gerard Mayo, cursing as they're leaving the field, hyped up in the locker room. Everybody's getting emotional. They are hyped up in a way that I have not seen in so long. It is so refreshing. The players, the coaching staff, the fan base, everybody is hyped in a way that I've never seen before. And I think Gillette Stadium is going to be roaring again. As long as the Patriots can shut down the running game, I think that this is going to be a 13-16 win from the Patriots.
Wow. That is definitely low scoring and definitely tight. Yeah. I've got just slightly more points in this one, but I do think it's going to be, as I said, I think mirror image of each other. Both want to run the ball, both tight defenses, and it's going to come down to a couple of key plays. A turnover here, a third down conversion that doesn't go a team's way. I mean, we had a couple interceptions, but we also gave up an interception, and we muffed a punt. And like I said, 2 safeties. I mean, we did everything to give the Broncos the game, but our defense still did what they had to do. Again, this is a different team with the Patriots now. But it's interesting. The feeling seems very similar, that you're feeling an energy from your team. I'm feeling an energy that we haven't seen, and we both have brand new coaches for the first time in over a decade, right? So,
many parallels,
I think that's what happens when you turn the page, and it's a whole new culture.
So many parallels, and that's the hard thing, right? Like, there's so many parallels between these two teams that it could go either way. I'm not shocked. Mm-hmm. The Patriots win this game, I'm not shocked. The Patriots lose this game, I'm seriously not shocked. Like, it's only week 2 for two teams that are so new, trying to build new philosophies, but like you said, so much parallels between these two teams and how they're going to try to win for this 2024 season. So it's going to be interesting.
I think it's going to be a fun game. I think it's going to come down the wire. Will it come down to another 1 yard line? I mean, I'll be damned if it comes down to that. But who knows? Who knows, right? It's been 3 times in a row. Why not make it 4? I say then, if that's the case, then what the score I've got in this game, we edge the Patriots in a 1-score contest, 21-17 Seahawks by 4. Now, if you've been following the betting lines, like on BetUS, they got the Seahawks winning, I think, a 3.5-point favorites right now. So if you agree or disagree with that, well, just go to BetUS right now. If you sign up, put the code YouTube150, you'll get 150% matching deposit on the first deposit and 125% on the next 2, up to $2,000. So if you're feeling lucky, go over to BetUS and check it out and put some money on the game, if gambling is legal in your state, because they're not in every single one. So make sure you do that and that you're of legal age. All right. Well, it's going to be fun, man. I appreciate the collaboration. Thanks for the tips of what to look for. And yeah, may the best team win on Sunday, man.
Best team win, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for having me on.
All right. My guest again, Colby Cochran of Patriots Global. We'll see y'all later. Don't forget to subscribe to his channel. And if you're new to mine, do the same for me. Hit that like button, comment away, hit the bell for notifications. We'd love to have you guys following both of us. And we'll see what happens on Sunday. Until then, go Hawks. This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. Please gamble responsibly.